Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile, Breach League Hardcore. Last time around, we took a while, but we ended up finishing up the comms area. Today, let's finish up the other half of the area, which would be the Reso in this case.
Ta-ta.
Or I guess this episode, not today.
My mana is gone.
As you can pretty much tell, our clear speed has gotten a lot worse. And a lot of it is because we switched over to Siege Ballista. And I don't want to say it's too early to switch over to Siege Ballista. I think this is about the right time for us to do the switch. But I guess it was only natural that our DPS was going to suffer slightly. Oh my god. I don't have a bleed flask. Am I dead? Oh, that's scary. That's actually one thing that you guys should always have on you, I guess, which is a bleed flask. So that would be a Flask of Staunching. And essentially what it does is it dispels bleeding. There are a lot of monsters or a lot of mobs in this game that cause puncture and bleeding effects on you, which basically means when you try to move, you take more damage. And dispelling those is very important. Because you end up taking a crazy amount of damage over time. So the fact that I didn't have a bleed flask is pretty bad. I should actually roll it as soon as possible. Maybe after this map we'll go and roll a bleed flask. I think we're gonna need it. Oh, a breach. And a ghost. Let's activate it. This will be fun. Where's the ghost though? There's not a single yellow. Oh my god. You're kidding me. Come on. What? The one time where I need there to be a rare mob. Oh, here it is. It just never shows up. Oh my god, we got nothing from this breach. That sucks. We need to somehow get more clear speed. Like Siege Ballista is pretty strong, but I guess there's just not enough spread on it. Maybe GMP will help. I'm assuming it will. But when we use GMP, we're gonna lose damage too, so that kind of sucks. But I mean, we'll have to see. This is still very much an experimental build. And I'm just hoping that it works. I mean, Siege Ballista is a pretty strong skill in general. So it should be pretty hard to mess up. Like if you're gonna play, well, you need a certain set of items, I suppose. Like you need a drill neck and everything. The build we're playing doesn't actually use drill neck, it uses rear guard, which might be a bit better. We'll have to see. But it does mean that we're gonna have even less damage without drill neck. I don't know. Oh, chaos. That's nice. So I think putting Siege Ballista against the wall is the best strategy, since that allows you to sort of get the biggest spread on the map. Because Siege Ballista kind of off-screen stuff as well. Honestly, playing Siege Ballista, the playstyle is so similar to playing the Frost Spear from last league, and I don't know maybe if that's a little bit more boring, but I mean I'm enjoying it. Now in terms of the stun mechanics, we're probably not gonna start using it until we get a 5-link or something like that, because right now, you know, damage is still a problem. Once we get an endgame bow, I think that's when we switch to a 5-link. Well, yeah, I think once we get our endgame armor, we switch over to 5-link, and then just try to roll a 5-link from there. We're gonna need to collect a lot of fusing and drillers this game, I think. This time around, it's gonna be really... We're gonna need to collect a lot of currency. Like, the more I think about it, like, this build is gonna be expensive, I think. I don't know. Ooh. Kind of miss not having anyone to play with, specifically Kevin. It was kind of cool that we were playing the same build. We were both going totems, range totems specifically. Hopefully he'll catch up, but I hear he's on a business trip this week, so it's gonna take him a while, I think. Who knows? Alright, you know what, we're still going pretty fast, despite the fact that we're using Siege Ballista, so maybe it's not so bad after all. And I'm just spoiled from Ancestral War Chief, you know? Oh, this is gonna be a good breach, I think. Let's clear the area first. Definitely think this is gonna be a good breach. Oh, a Superior Puncture, that's good too. A rare Coral Ring. All good items. I mean, good things come to those who wait, I guess. Let's put it right at the center here. Alright, come on. Give me some good shit. Alright, this breach is getting bigger. It's just clasped hand. Good. Good. This is looking good. Are there any more hands in the area? Clasp hand. Oh, I missed that one. Alright. That was pretty nice. It's just... in an open area, the breach is just so much better. Can't even compare. When you have to run through corridors and stuff, it's not as rewarding. But I guess there are certain builds that would do better. I don't know. Minion builds, maybe? But this would be the perfect league for summon Raging Spirits, I think. Because those spirits, they go everywhere, right? They like chase after enemies. So you kind of just sit in the middle and then keep summoning. That would be pretty good. I'm surprised our golem's still alive, actually. Okay, let's put this ballistas here. Get some frenzy charges. Run around like an idiot. Put down more ballistas. Oh my god, he's getting fast. I don't have any Curse Dispel Flasks either. We can kinda stun right now. And we haven't even started lowering stun threshold. So I'm excited to see how well an actual stun build will do. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it will be successful. It's gonna take a lot of stun threshold. And I'm still depending, like I want to use that Faded unique, the rearguard unique, which allows for like lower stun threshold and like crazy, like a chance to double stun duration, I think. It seems pretty good. I really want to try it out. I'm hoping that I do enough damage to actually consistently stun. But if not, maybe we just switch over to Drill Neck and then we'll have enough damage. I don't know.
I cannot carry this.
That's the one thing I'm really worried about. Just damage. Damage is what I'm worried about. How do we do late game maps, you know? Because if we want to complete 36 challenges, quite sure one of the prerequisites is we have to be able to do all kinds of map mods. Like maybe not everything, but at the very least we need to do like a large majority of it. So if we can't do that, I don't know. Getting 36 challenges it'll be pretty tough. Oh, I have a superior restoration. That's pretty good. Vengeance, I can try to sell. Some flasks. Alright. All in all, I guess I'm pretty happy with how things are going. I say that every time. Like, things are going pretty well. I'm so nonchalant. It could be a shitty build and be like, hey, at least I'm not dead. But like, you know, there are just so many ways to enjoy a game like this. It doesn't always have to be, oh, I need to do the hardest level maps and... Am I dead? Yeah, it doesn't always have to be, oh, I have to do the hardest level maps and, you know, if I don't do decent DPS, then this build is shit. A lot of time you can enjoy the game even with like a shitty DPS build. And I think last league kind of proved that. We just used the freeze mechanic and we really had fun with it. You know, let's try to keep mobs permanently frozen. Now, I hadn't theory crafted as much with that build. So it wasn't as interesting. It was like someone mentioned, it was like, oh, this is a bland build. And I guess I kind of agree. I didn't mix in any uniques, like I didn't really think about item interactions, which I really should have. Like there's no excuse for that. Just maxing out damage like that in itself, like it doesn't have any cool interactions. This time around we're gonna mess with stun and hopefully it has some cool
you will be remembered.
Cool effects. I mean, last time, you know, just being able to permanently freeze everything, that in itself was pretty cool. That's what I thought, at least. Hopefully this time around we can permanently stun everything. It's gonna be the same idea, but we're gonna mix in more uniques and hopefully have more damage. This is seriously the purple league. She just turned purple again. Talk to Diallo for a reward. Okay. I don't think there are any more passive point rewards in normal. So what am I gonna get? A gem? A jewel? A gem. Oh, we get some decent gems, like really good ones. We can get GMP. That's probably what we take.
All leave me.
We're gonna lose a lot of DPS, but we're gonna have a lot of projectiles. And having all these projectiles will hopefully help us with our clear speed, even though we have less damage. It might seem counterintuitive, but having the bigger spread, and that's what I learned with the frost spears, having a bigger spread, even though you do less damage, you still get to clear things faster. And that still seems to be the case right now. We're doing 549 DPS. Now with 2 totems, that's like 1000 DPS. And yeah, they seem to be doing well. Mana is still a problem. Still a problem. One thing I could do is I could take this cluster here, reduce mana cost of skills. 3%. 3, 3, 3, 3, and it gives us life. 3, 3, 3, 6. So 15% reduced mana cost. So from 21 to 19, maybe 18. The curse would make a difference. 15%. So that would be 4.5. Meh, 26 mana for a curse versus 30. I guess it wouldn't hurt, especially since I need HP anyways. So maybe we'll take some mana regen. We'll take the reduced mana cost of skills. That should be enough to take us into the endgame. Maybe? Now I know there are going to be some players who have already made suggestions in the videos. And if you're not aware, I tend to, this is actually a backlog, right? Like I'm still recording on Sunday, and by the time this episode comes out, it's probably like Tuesday or something. So I'm building up a backlog, so if I don't leave comments right away, or if I don't reply to certain comments in the video, just know that I will get to it eventually. And that I do read comments, and I try to reply. So if you have any suggestions, you know, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. The Bone Queen. You know, typically I rarely fight her, because I never find where she is. Like I never run into this corner. Not purposely, at least. God, it hurts. Alright, it is done. Having the frenzy charges actually makes such a big difference. Oh, there must be a ghost. Yep. Because it improves our damage by so much. Oh, I said I needed a staunching flask. I actually need it now. Let's not mess around with that. Dowsing. Okay, so let's turn this into staunching. The reason why is because when you fight Piety... Oh, it's a pretty good ring here. Mana regen. I lose damage / resistance. Actually gain damage. Okay. Now we're talking, but I lose life. I lose a significant amount of life, but I get mana regen, 8.4. Another 2.4 mana regen really isn't bad, but do I want to lose life for that? It might be okay. Get rid of it. Okay, I don't need this. What was I saying? Oh yeah, staunching. The reason I want staunching is because the Piety that we're about to fight causes bleed. And if you don't have a staunching flask, which removes bleed, here we go. Instant recovery staunching. You might just get wrecked by her. So let's not have that happen. And take the necessary precautions. Get a staunching flask. Better be poor and have to spend all this currency to roll a flask than be dead. Now there might be some new players actually who are going, holy crap. Never realized that you could actually roll flasks. Yes, you can roll flasks. The highest level of flask can roll to is magic, right? Though, so you can't actually have a rare flask, but you could potentially have a unique flask. Those things exist, and if you want to know what the different unique flasks are out there, just check the Path of Exile wiki. But yeah, blue flask has 2 mods. It has a prefix and a suffix. So the prefix for this one is seething, the suffix is staunching. That's why I call it a staunching flask. Seething gives it the instant recovery and 66 reduced amount recovered a stat. But yeah, being able to roll your rolling your flasks is actually very important. And you don't have to do it early on unless you're actually playing hardcore, but eventually you're gonna need to roll them for all kinds of different mods. The ones that I typically try to go for are staunching for sure. Right? You need to roll one that removes bleed. You need to remove one that dispels freeze. I typically like to have one that removes curses as well. You need a couple instant flasks as well just to prevent yourself from getting bursted. Besides that, the rest are sort of utility flasks, and then it's based on your needs, right? Like if you're a character that rarely gets cursed, then maybe you don't need to remove curse flask. Or if you have an ascendancy that's, I think there's an ascendancy that says you don't take bleed damage, then yeah, you don't need a staunching flask. You know, the Path of Exile is one of those games, like I said, time and time again, where you can just really customize your character. But yeah, rolling your flasks, very important. And not only can you roll your flasks to turn them from white flask to blue flask, but you can also give them quality. And the quality will help with the, I think, amount of time that the flask lasts for, which is really important as well. Now, speaking of quality, there's actually a little trick to qualitying up your items. Typically what you do is you use a whetstone or a jeweler's orb or a bauble, and you know, add quality to your items. If you use a bauble on a magic flask, it'll increase the quality by 2% every time. If you use a whetstone on a yellow item, it'll increase the quality by 1%. Wait a second, you're asking. How come the first time around it increases the item by 2%, but now it's increasing by 1%? Well, if you add a quality item or quality enhancing orb onto a white item, it increases the quality by 5%. If you add it to a magic item, it increases it by 2%. And if you add it to a rare or unique item, it will increase it by 1%. So if you're planning on crafting an item, it's actually really important to, and by crafting I mean like spending a lot of currency starting from a white base item up to a yellow rare item or whatever. It is pretty important to add the quality items at first. So it only goes up to 20%. So it will take you 4 pieces of quality orbs to, you know, turn something to 20% quality, and then you roll it into a magic or probably a rare item, right?
You've done well, Bruce.
All right, Piety.
But let's not get above ourselves.
So with Piety, gotta be very careful of those lasers of hers. Just run around it. Don't get hit. Ow, she hurts though.
I cannot do this yet.
But it's getting there. She's gonna die soon. Don't get hit, don't get hit. Just keep running. And there we go. Piety down.
Half the man you are, Marauder.
It's time for Malachai. I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I'm not sure actually. Malachai is a very difficult boss to fight. I'll be real with you. Hopefully we don't get bursted by his bullshit. Oh wait, no. We gotta do the mini bosses and stuff first, huh?
Betray me, and I will.
I keep thinking that the harvest is shorter than it actually is. Okay, there's still quite a bit to do before we get to the final boss. So for the final boss, the quest is to get 3 of Malachai's organs. I think the premise of the story is that Malachai has traded in his physical form / organs into some kind of dream-like beast form. And now he's super powerful. I think the waypoint is here, yeah. So Piety is waiting for you to bring his 3 weaknesses or whatever, or 3 things that still make Malachai, which are his 3 organs. And so there's like Malachai's heart, Malachai's like brain, and like Malachai's dick or something. I don't know, but like but yeah. So we need to go collect his organs and then come back. You know what? Siege Ballista's, it's doing okay. It's doing alright.
I give you to my ancestors.
Okay. Dodre. So this boss, there's actually a trick to fighting him. If you notice on the ground, there are different colors. Basically, this little Venn diagram represents a curse. It's like if you stand in this green area, you are cursed with enfeeble. If you stand in the red area, you are cursed with vulnerability. And if you stand in the purple area, you are cursed with temporal chains. Now, if you stand in all three areas, obviously you are cursed with all three. The temporal chains curse, what it does is temporal chains reduces your movement speed, reduces your attack speed. Enfeeble reduces the damage that your attacks do, and vulnerability increases the damage that you take. So the most, obviously, the most dangerous curse to be standing on is the vulnerability one. Try to stand on the green one, the enfeeble curse, since that all it does is it lowers your damage a little, which is not too bad. If you stand in the purple one, you could get hit by like a big, like burst from the boss, because you're moving so slow, so you can't dodge anything. So I think the green one is the best one to go. And the floor, the curses change over time, so you kind of have to run around and go from one enfeeble spot to another enfeeble spot. But yeah, that's basically how the boss went. I'm still explaining it, even though it's been like a whole minute and she's already dead. But you get the point. If you can't tell, they're actually pretty easy bosses. I think if you do them for the first time around, they might be a little tough. But if you do it enough, you once you get the trick of it, it's pretty easy. You know what? Siege Ballista is actually doing a lot of damage. Not just, a little bit. Like, I keep going, it's okay. It's pretty good. Okay, Malachai's area, I hate it because he does chaos damage. And typically you don't have much chaos resistance. Like, we have 15% chaos resistance. Ugh. So let's be careful. I'll even Warlord's mark him. Oh god. Okay, I think we got it. Oh, okay.
Your sickness.
Okay, so we got his lungs, we got his heart. Only his dick left. I'm kidding. I kid. I think it's his brain. No, his intestines? Something like that. Ooh, a Veil Orb. Let's keep going. Only one more boss left. I should actually go back and sell some of this stuff. Currency is important. I switched out my boots to this. Life, it's actually really bad boots. They're really bad. If I find new movement speed boots, I'm gonna switch back to it because I can't stand having such low movement speed. I can't do it. Holy crap. I think these are pretty decent. This is a pretty decent maul. Has so much elemental damage on it.
See you.
Like 79 to 132. Let's see. Do I still have any totems around that I can test it on? This is definitely better. I'm gonna keep this thing so that in the future, maybe if I need to level up again, I can use this maul. It'll be like an elemental maul. Dude, this thing is so much DPS. Holy crap. Okay, cool. Anyways, let's deposit the currency. Let's start on the hammer game early. So like I mentioned in earlier episodes, one of the vendor recipes that you can do is have a hammer at 20% quality as well as a map, which is what we are gonna start collecting. We don't have maps just yet, and for those of you who don't know what maps are, a quick description would be that they are endgame zones that you can run, basically instances, like dungeon instances that you can roll to your own liking, so you can set the difficulty on them essentially. And that's basically what the PoE endgame is all about, which is just running maps over and over until you're either level 100 or you're satisfied with your build or whatever it is that your goal is in Path of Exile. So yeah, you know, we're gonna start on the hammer collection early, just because once we get later into the game, it's kind of not worth putting hammers into your inventory, so I never collect them. But you know, getting chisels is actually a very important thing to do. So, oh, this place is kind of densely packed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why are there so many of them? Oh, gotta be careful. Okay. Alright, it closed. Not too much drop, but that was okay, I guess. We got a splinter, 2 splinters, and a couple drops. Get to the jade chopper. Okay, well, I'm not crazy enough to like open this strongbox unidentified. Let's actually let's do this. Taunt them, just so we can have a bit more damage. 700 DPS, not bad. 647 without rallying cry. Colossal life flask. Alright, here we go. Here's the last boss. 32 minutes. It looks like we're going to be able to kill Malachai in one go today. Unless we happen to die.
Now you are simply gorgeous. What a gorgeous fighter.
Okay, gotta be careful. Let's not get hit by bullshit. So you gotta dodge the books, if you can't tell, because that casts Storm Call on you. And I don't know how much damage you actually take from tanking one of those things, but honestly, I don't want to find out. Okay, Malachai's entrails.
The ancestors demanded.
Alright, now it's time to fight the big boss, the raid boss, the Malachai. So we turn in these organs, or I guess the last organ. Piety already has 2 of them. And we enter the black core. I'm ready. Let's set down a TP just in case. Let's put the totems against the wall. Resummon our golem. Oh, hurry up. He actually does a lot of damage, so I gotta be careful. Kill me! Okay. Keep the siege ballistas up, can't let them fall. And keep the frenzy charges up too.
Now, Exile!
And just keep running around so we don't get hit by Malachai's bullshit. Like that explosion. Quite sure that one-shots people. At least it doesn't merciless. I think that's how I died once. Kill me! Okay, let's just try and dodge everything. Gotta play carefully.
Embrace the future.
We're good. We're good. I think we're good. Alright, so that's actually the first stage of Malachai. Not too hard. So Piety dies. Spoiler alert. Whoa, someone's in the Pale Court already. So for this version of Malachai, same idea. You just gotta run around, not get hit by his bullshit. There's gonna be a lot of stuff on the screen. And just gotta dodge the explosions. Okay. Ow. Oh, the heart is back. Okay, gotta attack that. So he like spawns a heart every couple when he hits like a certain HP threshold, and you have to kill the heart, and then kill him, and kill another heart, and then kill him. So 3 stages. Ow. Still hurts a lot though. We don't have much armor, I guess. Dang it. Oh, okay, okay. We got away from that. Oh. Oh, this is scary. Keep these siege ballistas going. Okay, dodge that. Keep running around. He's slowly taking it up the butt. Getting there. Ow. Dodge that. Okay, last heart to go. We're doing well. Oh my god, he does so much damage though. Gotta dodge his crap. Mana is gone. No. Okay, I think we just destroyed the heart. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, I gotta get around to this side. Dodge that. Oh, get away from that. Okay. It is done. God, I don't want to do that ever again. But we have to, I guess. 2 more times, really. Oh, wow. That was tougher than I thought it would be. But we ended up doing it. And I mean, he did get us to half HP, but at the same time, that's as far as he got, so let's pick up some of these items, go back, sell.
Go where you are needed.
Alright. And now we walk over here, talk to Oyun or Diala.
No love.
No, it's Oyun.
Go where you
And she gives us the waypoint to the next difficulty. So the Twilight Strand. So basically we start the game all over again. You know, this is how we started at the beginning. But now there are two difficulties. There's normal, which is the one we just beat, and then there's cruel. When you're in cruel, the resistances actually get lowered by 20%. So if you notice, we had 15 chaos resistance before, now we're at -5. So all your resistances get lowered by 20%. So the gear requirement kind of gets raised, like the bar, it gets raised. And it just gets harder and harder defensively to get maximum resistances. So that's why I stress that resistance is very important, because if you had low resistance in normal, you come to cruel, your resistance is even lower. And the amount of damage that you're going to take is just substantial, extremely substantial. A lot of damage that you take in this game is elemental related, and if you don't have good resistances, if you don't cap it at 75%, you're going to have a very, very bad time. Anyways, we just finished normal difficulty, and we are now in cruel difficulty. Let's get into town and call it an episode. I'm pretty proud of you know, how much we've achieved so far. Obviously, getting to cruel isn't difficult at all. At least I don't think so. If I've been playing for this long, it's not this difficult, or it shouldn't be like difficult. And if you are having difficulty getting through normal, there's something wrong with your build, or there's something wrong with your items. You know, either you didn't link your skills properly, or you never decided to upgrade your weapons, or something went wrong. But yeah, so far so good. The thing that I'm really happy about is the fact that Siege Ballista seems to be working really well. Sure, we had to go out of our way to buy a unique bow, but you know, this unique bow was 2 chaos. It's not like we spent like an exalt or something. Like, we didn't spend a ridiculous amount. This bow is probably gonna take us pretty far into the game, or that's what I'm hoping at least. Let's take some prophecies.
One like you roams the land, but they are
This says foe, the scout.
name remembered.
That's it. That's all the silver I have. Oh, reward. Let's take a, I don't know, a cold ring. I guess I have a fire ring right now, so let's just get another fire ring. Which one do I want to replace? Maybe this one? Let's just take the cold ring. Energy shield, fire resistance, physical damage. No life on it. No good. But yeah, Siege Ballista seems to be doing well, and I'm really happy about the fact that we can basically take this skill into the late game. At the very least, we can take it into leveling, and it seems to do just fine. I was worried that, you know, if I got used to Ancestral Warchief, I wouldn't be able to switch over, and I'd just be, you know, having so much trouble with the clear speed, but it seems to be clearing just fine. And that's a really good thing. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. We are now done with normal, and we have now moved on to cruel. We're gonna have to look at the challenges, look at what cruel challenges that we have to complete. Kind of want to get, you know, those finished as soon as possible. Get started on those early, especially if we want to aim for 36, so we don't get into a position like last league where, oh, we're sitting at 15 or 16 challenges, there's only a month left. Holy crap, like, there's actually not that much time left. We can't finish the challenges. We didn't even get 24. This time around, let's try to get them as soon as possible. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.